Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee with Norm. So thrilled you're here with me today. Today, we're going to discuss, as we always do, different factors of effective personal, professional leadership and organizational effectiveness and achievement. Today is a really great topic, and I say that every day, I know, so my apologies, but they're all great topics. And this is around acknowledgement. And it is one of the most underutilized skills and tools that people are not using out there in the real world. And it always surprises me because it's the easiest thing you can do. And it's amazingly effective. So, and the great thing is you can start doing it today and learning about yourself and your staff today. So, this is around self awareness and your leadership ability. So it's something that you have to look at yourself doing or make sure you commit to doing on a daily basis. I recommend you do this every day, and it's just part of your normal routine. Acknowledge people. Now, this doesn't mean you go and blow smoke up people's, you know what? This doesn't mean that you make things up. It means that you have a nice, honest discussion, acknowledging both good and bad. And that can be hard for a new leader, right? Especially the bad part. We want to have everybody be our friend and have a great relationship with them. And that's good and that's important, but it's not the whole enchilada, right? So there are many, many, many great things to learn about yourself and practice doing this that you're going to learn how to be a really, really effective leader. And it's next to nothing. It's like rolling out of bed, but it takes a little bit of courage. It takes you perhaps getting out of your normal routine, and that's simple. It just takes a little bit of a nudge to yourself. And it's a great, great thing to do. So, some of the benefits, right? The first one is it allows you to build relationships with your staff. And I'm a proponent, and are many leadership development people, that it might be one of the single most important things you can do is to have relationship with your staff. That gets more and more difficult the larger your organization is, for sure, but there's still ways of going about that. And it is key to you being a powerful leader, because without relationship, it's like some talking head, right, on your computer screen, as opposed to hopefully some one-on-one interaction, or one-on-one interaction via Zoom or whatever you guys are using. It's so powerful, but you have to be authentic. The problem a lot of us have is that we are so nervous. I shouldn't say a lot of us. If you're new to leadership, this probably shows up a lot. Not having that relationship is scary, right? So you go in to try to do something, either impact them, acknowledge them, or look for a correction. And it's scary because there's no relationship there. And it's almost impossible to inspire and empower somebody without a relationship there. So most of us want to inspire and empower people in our role of leadership. It builds trust between you and your employee or staff, and which is a key and necessary component to leadership. If they don't trust you, forget it, right? And how does somebody start trusting you? You start to build interaction with them. And again, it's a matter of authenticity, having the courage to reach out. And even just if you're in a smaller company, I used to start my day off when I was running a company. It was about 60 people, right? We had a total of 250 total, but those other were part-time. I walked around and I made sure I had a chance opportunity to meet with people briefly, acknowledge what's going on, have a conversation, get to know them just a little bit more. It's incredibly powerful and it builds trust. And then so when you do have a difficult discussion you need to have, it's not so awkward, right? You ever try to have a difficult conversation with somebody you don't know? Basically, they're not listening, and they're like running for the hills, going, who is this person? It's pretty crazy to even try that. If you attempt that, boy, it does just the opposite of what you're hoping to do. And I'm sure you've experienced that if you've tried it that way. So you want to have your staff has to trust you, which is a matter again of relationship. You can practice and develop your EQ by doing this exercise, by practicing acknowledging with people, being authentic, listening, discussing, etc. Again, if you've ever taken any of my leadership courses, emotional intelligence, EQ, is imperative to have to lead an organization. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So again, if you don't have it, you're afraid of it, a lot of people are, you can work on this simply by just acknowledging people. And you acknowledge people of what they're doing well, for sure. There's no doubt about that, right? And you can have those conversations. And something happens when you acknowledge somebody for doing something really well. It's an amazing, magical experience. And all of a sudden, you see them shift. You can see it in their eyes, you can see it in their face, and you can just see it in the way they hold themselves. And you've just built that connection at that point in time. Again, it has to be real because people sniff out when you're being full of it like that, right? So make sure it's real acknowledgement. And again, this is where acknowledging, even if that person is struggling or needs help or has some areas of improvement, you can have that conversation once you build that relationship. It's really it's a necessary tool. And emotional intelligence is huge these days, right? It also forces you to become authentic. You can't lie. You can't BS it. People read it left and right. It's like a dog smelling fear. They get it. They get it. They get it. So when you want to make sure that you're doing this with an intention to serve them. So often serving people is not just making them feel better. It's helping them. It's helping them by even acknowledging that they might be having difficulties in their job. They might need some help in their job, that they have some areas for improvement in this particular area here, and you can offer your help at that point in time. It is the moment of truth when you can practice your purpose. And if you listen to some of the other podcasts, the moment your purpose is based around helping, supporting, inspiring, whatever, but it comes down to you're making a difference in their life. So you can create those moments, right? It's amazing. And that is your role as a leader. I don't care who you are, how big your company is. That's what you need to do as a leader. The rest is just easy. It's just nuts and bolts. This is where you get paid for your emotional intelligence and your leadership ability. It's a great way to build confidence in yourself, especially if you're a newer leader, right? The more relationship you have with your staff, the easier it is to get things done, to make requests, to make big requests, to inspire and empower them. And the next thing you know, not only are they all engaged and thrilled, you are as well with yourself. It's a great thing to do, but it takes some action, right? It takes a mindset that that's the type of leader I'm going to be. It allows you to be the example for the organization, a positive example, right? Here's this caring, honest, truthful, empowering, inspiring person in the organization. That's my boss. How awesome is that? That goes a long, long way. And that might be the number one thing your people really, really need in their life and at their career. And then last but not least, it makes a major impact on your organization's culture by being that example, and people see that, and all of a sudden what you're doing by being that example is setting a tone, and also, oh, this is the way he or she wants me to be. It's true, that happens at a real subconscious level. Oh, I need to be like this as well, not to be like them, but I need to make sure that I am being that example as I'm here at work as well. So it's an amazing tool. It's an amazing skill. Please go start doing that as soon as possible. Make it part of your daily routine. So today's mindset, if you will, suggested mindset is that you go out to and acknowledge people today and get to know them today. Go be that leader. Go acknowledge them. That's the mindset you should have almost every day. How can I go and build that relationship? How do I acknowledge people, knowing what an amazing impact it has on them? And that builds that relationship and allows you to have some difficult conversations down the road. So that's it for today. Have a great, great week. So good to see you today. I thank you so much. Go make a difference, right? Go serve your purpose. That's what we're all doing here. So go do it, and do it with this exercise. It'd be great for you. Have a great one. Good to see you.